1 year since Dr. Kizza Besigye and his co-accused Obeid Lutale were charged with treason, what is your assessment of the legal foundation of this case?
Legally speaking, it's built on quicksand. It will blow up once they are ready. They have never been ready to try him since last year, since a year ago. And of course, that's why they started by taking the case in a military kangaroo court, which was never going to do justice, but was only meant to harass, to torture, to persecute him, which is what they are still doing to date.
When it comes to due process and fair trial, you have consistently raised concerns about the due process violations. Can you walk us through the major breaches of fair trial standards that you have observed so far following up the case?
The cross-border, the extraordinary rendition itself was illegal. The incommunicado detention is not allowed under law. You remember they were detained incommunicado for 4 days in the military barracks. The very detention in a military barracks itself was illegal. All of those are grotesque violations of due process. The arraignment in a kangaroo military court in defiance of orders of the Constitutional Court, 2 express orders with the Constitutional Court freezing proceedings of civilians before military courts were in existence at that day. We even wrote letters to them warning them about the crimes they were committing in purporting to try civilians, but they were in a defiant mode.
The least the ordinary person knows about the law is that justice delayed is justice denied. How would you explain this basing on that factor?
Yes. Justice has been delayed, and indeed, justice has not only been died in this case, but has been killed. It's not even possible for now to have this case. This case is irretrievable, irredeemable, even if they had a case anyway. But as I've already told you, a criminal case is built on strong evidence beyond reasonable doubt. They don't even have a scintilla of evidence.
We did see on the TV when the tables turned within the courtroom and you are put in the dock with the person you are defending. Is that something that you had expected? What kind of experience?
No, I didn't expect. I know that we are dealing with a mad military dictatorship, but I still expect them to observe some basic norms of civility. I don't expect them to beat me when I go to court like they did. I don't expect them to torture me. I don't expect them to convict me without authority or without trial. I still expect to be treated with respect when I go to a military barracks. So I didn't expect that madness in that sense, but of course, some people had given me ambiguous warnings and signals, and that they were preparing bad things about me, but they were not clear whether it's an arrest, whether what, and things I just ignored because I can't do what I'm doing if I'm going to listen to all those types of things.
Would you say there was a bit of reprieve when the Supreme Court made a ruling on trying civilians in the court-martial?
Inmates celebrated and they were looking towards the decision. What we watched on TV, the lawyers were very ecstatic. It gave a very big dose of unprecedented hope to civilians and political detainees, because the biggest problem for political opponents of Museveni is the military, because it's the military that harasses them. And Museveni himself is a military dictator. So that judgment gave them some kind of hope that at least they would not be tried by the military, which is a mere tool for Museveni. But the hope soon turned into despair as application after application that was meant to give effect to the Supreme Court judgment was dismissed on purely illogical reasons by different judges. That's Baguma, Sinjiza, Hauha, and they were basically doing injustice to this nation.
Would you consider representing members of the opposition, like you've always done, a big risk?
Yeah, it's a big risk, but what option do we have? Like, are we going to let people represent themselves when they don't know how to represent themselves? Are we are we not going to go to bed because we may have bad dreams and nightmares? It's, yeah, the risk is there, but I don't think we have real options. Are we going to all run into exile? Are we going to all become as violent as as our detractors, our tormentors? So when you look at the options, you find that you just have to do the best you can in the circumstances we are in.
Eron Kiiza, thank you very much for speaking to NTV. Eron Kiiza is a human rights defender, an environmentalist, and a poet. My name is Walter Mwesige, and that's all we had for you. Good evening.